What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I was actually over in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization's Discord asking, how did this happen? How did we get these leaks early without an article? Because we have three, not just one, not just two, but three continuous spells based around the Valkyrie archetype, and it's actually really cool how they found these cards. So I'm going to take you to my full desktop mode here for just a second, where you can see all my tabs, and up here we have the original Konami article. We then have shva-007.jpg, and at the end of the URL it says hsva-007. When we replace it with 008, we actually get our first new card. When we go to 009, we get our second new card, and 10 reveals the last continuous spell, at least that we can get leaked, that we know is coming. So Konami put this up early into their website's database without the article itself. So let's go ahead back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization and check them out, because A, thank you so much for finding this information. B, they have it nice and blown up with the full effects of the cards. That's always really nice. I appreciate Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization so much. I always link them down below, so be sure to check out the article itself. Give them the clicks, you know what I'm saying. So we start out with Goddess Skuld Oracale. Is it Skuld? Skuld? I'm not sure. I'm not the best with pronouncing German-like stuff. It's a continuous spell card, and when this is activated, if all monsters you control are Valkyrie monsters, minimum one, you can add one Goddess Verdande's guidance from the deck to your hand. Sorry, first time reading this. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, and if you do, place them on top of their deck in any order, but you cannot normal or special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except fairy monsters, which, if we're playing Valkyries, that's not a big deal or restriction at all. You can only activate one Goddess Skuld Oracale per turn. Alright, so hard once per turn on activating it. It searches another of these spells, I'm assuming. Yeah, down below is the next one. I can see it on my screen. So it searches our next continuous spell. So it not only stacks your opponent's deck, but you also get to search out the next one. Resource management. Not bad. The only thing I'm seeing is it doesn't have Valkyrie in its name, so not easily searchable itself unless one of these also searches it. That'd be cool if all three search each other. Goddess Verdande's Guidance, continuous spell card. When this card is activated, if all monsters you control are Valkyrie monsters minimum one, you can add a Goddess Erd's Verdict from your deck to your hand. So we're headed that direction. Once per turn, you can declare one type of card. Monster, spell, or trap, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck, and if it was the declared type, then set it to their field. Otherwise, they add it to their hand. You can only activate one Goddess Verdande's Guidance per turn. So, not seeing as much usefulness in this one. You declare. So, like, you stack their deck, and then you give them the card. You don't necessarily want to give it to their hand. I don't know why you want to set it to the field. You get the search. That might be the important part of this card. This might be the weak link between the three. The other one, stacking the deck's not the most powerful effect in Yu-Gi-Oh! 2018. But I guess if you get a bad hand, knowing what is coming from their draws, especially if you pick going first to try to skip their turn and attack direct for game, and you failed to do so, maybe that's pretty powerful. But I don't know about this one. Next up, we have Goddess Erd's Verdict, a continuous spell card. Your opponent cannot target Valkyrie monsters you control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. That's pretty good. It doesn't protect by battle, but it makes sure that, like, a mirror force ain't stopping your drive through. I noticed the search thing's not at the front of this card. Once per turn, you can declare one card name, then target one set card your opponent controls, reveal that set card, and if it was the declared name, banish it. Otherwise, banish one card you control. So, you get the advantage of, I guess, taking a card out of their deck and then banishing it because you have the guaranteed search through here, down to here. These aren't quite doing it as much for me. You have to target a set specifically, so it can't take care of face-ups. I'm loving the art, but not so much the effect of these goddesses. This is not the biggest inspiration to me. Now, they are searchable through the archetype. I believe there's something that does search a continuous spell throughout here. If we keep going through, let's see here. Activated, shuffle, you can banish this card. Add a Mistress of the Time Goddess from your deck. I believe one of these searches a continuous spell. If we control F, continuous spell. After damage calculation, if this card battled, you can target a continuous spell in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Is that it? That's all we got for continuous. But check back tomorrow to see Siegfried's continuous spell. Well, we have them early, but I don't know that they're going to have the biggest impact. A lot of you guys were saying you were going to hold off to really judge the archetype till we saw the continuous spells. I do like that they resource each other out of the deck. Obviously, your starter card, the one you want to start with, is Oracle. You want to have Oracle to go into Guidance, to go into Verdict, and get them all out of deck. Should this be abusable, I like this. This seems to be the best one. It starts your engine first off for all your continuous spells, and then you also get to sack their deck. That's the best effect by far. This one gives them a freaking card, either way, either to hand or set to the field. And this one banishes said resource. So, like, if it's something that's a one-of in their deck, I could see it. Maybe. Like, you stop them from having access to that in their deck. But I overall think they could have been a little better. That's just my opinion. Now, overall, I'm still really digging the archetype, but I think it needed more searching power, more stable power. Like, yes, this is really cool that it searches Mischief of the Time Goddess. It's really an amazing card overall, helping you flood the field. Drite is your searcher, though. I feel like we don't have enough searching power overall for this deck through these cards. That's just my opinion so far. But a lot of you guys came up with interesting ideas. Something from yesterday to note is that with Mischief of the Time Goddess, if you set trap cards beforehand, and then Mischief of the Time Goddess and go into that next battle phase, then you actually can activate all those trap cards during that next battle phase. So yeah, something like revival traps, like Call of the Haunted, if you were to, have a way to go up a tree, like, that's pretty cool, but you're restricted to having only Valkyrie monsters for this card. That's kind of rough. So it's not like they have a Link monster or extra deck monster to abuse, which is what most archetypes need access to in order to really strive and succeed. Overall, art, 10 out of 10. This is classic Yu-Gi-Oh! This is really awesome, and I'm enjoying the art. Playability, however, I'm feeling more and more there's UA syndrome. I said that yesterday, and people are like, oh, you could just summon them with Rite of the Valkyries. Yeah, you have UA signing deal as well in UAs. The problem is you're stuck with 1-4 and then this card. And you really need to get to this, and it's not like we have a Rhoda, necessarily. Now, people did mention Valhalla itself able to summon these out, which is really cool. Valhalla is definitely a great card for this deck, being able to get more cards out, but I'm still just feeling the UA syndrome here. And I also saw some other funny comments, like Ibly and you're done, and I'm like, there's some tribute summon cards in here. You'll be fine. So overall, for the meta, even if you nuked everything, I'm going to have to say that this is more of a casual fun deck. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't see this coming into events and kicking ass and taking names consistently with only one summonable level 4. I just am not seeing that yet. We need more monsters in the lower region. The northern region. We need more monsters in the lower level region for this deck, and they need to do something decent as well, because you need to be able to put pressure on the board and that's where this falls for me. You got a really good start, a really stable like pot of cards here, but I definitely do think the continuous spells missed the mark for what they needed to be to help out the deck overall. They're fun, they're cool, they're awesome art, but they don't do it for me. But what do you think? Am I being too harsh? Do you already see meta implications from the deck, or do you think it will be stuck as a more casual deck like I'm starting to think? I personally, I'm a huge fan of this art, but I'm hoping the ninjas really make up this product for me, which there was a secret message, actually, if we go back to full screen, that I missed yesterday. Secret messages are always so fun. If we go to our full desktop view, and we scroll down here, apparently, oh, this is today's article, my bad. If we scroll down here, secret. Also tomorrow, ninjas. I did miss that. A lot of you guys might have caught that, though. Just really cool by Konami to go ahead and show it that way. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up if you just enjoyed the conversation. You don't have to agree with me, and I sincerely do want to hear how you would make this deck overall good. I'm looking forward to the deck, believe it or not. But that just one level 4 monster and one way to flood the field, it's feeling rough to me.